This is the stump we found in the woods.
Now, when it comes to aquariums, you can't beat this. Now, that's not Joe's stump.
That's not Joe's stump.
That thing's man-made. Oh, that's a beautiful stump. Look at the size of those fish down there. Woohoo! Look at this garden. Look at this. Welcome to living the aquascape lifestyle. So I walk up and it's fogging. That's pretty cool. So you just put a fogger up on the top. It looks nice with the red light though. That looks cool, dude.
It just looks like a flame.
It does.
Yeah.
And then you got some patio bowls up here, huh? Nice. I like that maple too back there with the reflection. What? Are you like a nerd? You watch Mandalorian?
Of course.
Okay, yeah, you're a
You
nerd.
don't see is who's really jealous back over here.
Sasquatch.
That's right.
That's perfect with little bushes around it. So you've only been in here for half a year?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's like a sunroom? An atrium in the middle of your... Did you build this house? Dude, it's like completely like feng shui in here. Wow, that's unique. You're a unique dude. Right, it is the morning. Last night I got in about 11 o'clock. Micah picked me up. I got dropped off. Had a really interesting time walking into his unique house. It takes a lot of unique people to be in this business. Now, I get to see this guy, Gio. How long have you been with Aquascape?
2 years.
2 years with Aquascape, but 15 years in the pond business?
About 15, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, and we're out here in what town? We're
This is...
somewhere in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Newport News.
Newport News, South
Virginia.
Carolina.
Virginia. We're still
Newport
in Virginia.
News, Virginia. South Carolina's tomorrow. Let's go see a beautiful Aquascape Ecosystem water feature.
Good to see you again.
Well, how are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, we got a little fountain up front.
I do.
Water-loving person. So you happy with this guy, Micah?
He's my new best friend.
Hey, that's awesome.
He really did right by me.
So you got a pond or a pondless?
Pondless. Pondless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Pondless Waterfall.
Can we see it?
Yeah, absolutely. Come on
Okay.
in.
Psych!
I feel right at home.
There you go.
Last year.
Here we go. So this is cool, Micah.
That's right.
So we are in Hampton, Virginia, and look at this. We are at a Bass Pro Shop, and you have something to do with this water feature out here, right?
That's right.
And there's kind of a unique story with this, which actually isn't so unique when it comes to Bass Pro Shops.
It's not. So concrete liner, ponds.
Right next to the front door, too.
Yeah, and so this one actually leaked inside of the store. That's why we got called.
Oh my gosh.
There was water, so the
Oh
height
my
of this
gosh.
was about the same, and there was actually water going into their storeroom behind here, and we got called to fix it.
So I'm Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy, and it's all about showcasing how people live the aquascape lifestyles with certified aquascape contractors that do ponds done right, customers served right. Let's check out a beautiful aquascape ecosystem water feature at a Bass Pro Shop. All right, I love those stumps. Wow.
There's a story about the stump, and I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about this. So we call this Joe's stump.
I love how that's right at the entrance. I mean, almost every Bass Pro Shop has a decorative water feature, and most are built not the aquascape way.
They're not. Most of them are concrete. So this is the first water feature that has been rebuilt on the exterior of a Bass Pro since Bass Pro started putting water features outside of their stores.
Now, that's not Joe's stump.
That's not Joe's stump.
That thing's man-made. Oh, that's a beautiful stump.
Joe actually cut this tree down in 2003 when Isabel came through. The tree had a crack in it and a split in it, and Joe actually cut the tree down in 2003.
All right, Joe, you're right And that's where I'm headed. Now, when it comes to aquariums, you can't beat this. Bro, please, bro. This is just cool.
So what's crazy about this water feature is that it actually, when we first came here, was leaking inside of the building. All the water, when they turned it on, would actually go into the building right behind me. So we had to take it out. Well, what we didn't know is it was concrete lines. Underneath of this entire spot here was all concrete, and this pond actually wrapped all the way around. And so they decided they wanted to break it into phases to keep their capital expenditures lower. But the pond actually ran all the way over here. It was concrete, and it was biofalls. It was a upper level right here, and then it would fall down to another level and then wrap around over to there. So you can kind of see the old remnants of that pond still in place right now. And that rock right there, that rock goes into the ground about 4 feet, which is the depth of the pond at the time right there. And it was actually over here. So in order to get that out of the way, it wasn't usable for what we were trying to do. We actually rolled it out, got it over, tucked it away. But that is a 27,000 pound is what we estimate rock right there. And we had a 33,000 pound excavator that could not move it. And we ended up having to use 2 excavators to actually pull it out. So we wanted big view, big water right here by the entrance of the store. And so right when you come in, right when you drive down, we've got a lot of water going on right here. And just to kind of catch your attention and capture your imagination right here in this spot. So when you could leave though, we did a slower meandering waterfall so that it's not as fast paced, it's not as moving because you've got your bags, you got everything, you're leaving the store. So you can kind of see over here, it's a much slower, much easier going falls coming down here, just kind of cascading. Cool fact, this log, that log right there, and then this log are actually from an elm tree that was in my backyard. It's a tree that we loved. It was getting old and actually diseased and it was about to fall. And so we ended up cutting it out right around the time we were building this water feature. So I incorporated those logs into here. And then this is Joe's stump, which you heard about. This is the stump we found in the woods that we pulled out, and we just put that there as a memorial because Joe used to fish on this land. Joe used to hunt right here where Bass Pro was. So we just wanted something that kind of memorializes Joe and his story and everything he was about.
Everyone loves water features, whether it's kids, whether it's adults, and we just want to see ponds done right, customers served right. So many times when we see public water features that are built out of concrete, never build a pond out of concrete. When we do commercial applications where there's going to be kids involved or animals involved, we put concrete cloth on top of it. Work with Mother Nature, not against her. That is the mantra of the certified aquascape contractor, along with ponds done right, customers served right. Keep it simple, stupid, work with Mother Nature, and you can get great results like this. Good job, Micah.
So Joe, he was in the 82nd Airborne and passed away a few years ago. So I'm up in the far side of Williamsburg looking for some driftwood to put in this feature. And I pull off on the side of the road and I'm looking through the woods and I hear this lady calling from the other side of the woods, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, I looked around, I don't see anybody. I'm like, I'm on the side of the road, so I can't be trespassing. And I hear it again, "Can I help you?" I look around and finally I see this lady on the other side of the road asking if she can help me. And she's like, "You're actually on Camp Perry's," which is the CIA training ground. "You're on Camp Perry's property." I said, "Well, let me get myself right off of this property real quick." She's like, "Well, what are you looking for?" I said, "Well, I'm building a water feature for Bass Pro and I needed some stumps." She said, "My husband loved Bass Pro." And just right then you could tell like her whole complexion changed. Right. She got soft. All of a sudden she's like, "Let's go through my woods." And she had an acre or so of woods. So we started going through the woods and we're walking. We don't see anything. We don't see anything. We keep on walking. We still don't see anything. Turn around. We're like, well, I guess there's no stumps for us here. And we're turning to leave. And as we turn to leave, we see off in the distance, we see a tree and we see a stump. So we go over there and we're like tugging on it, trying to get it out of the ground. We couldn't. So finally I'm pulling on it. She's pushing on it. Both of us are there.
Are you serious? How old is she?
I don't know exactly, but I mean, she's not a spring chicken. So we're both on there and we're tugging and pulling on it. And finally it breaks free. We're covered in mud and neither of us can pick it up. So I said, I'm going to come back and get it. So as we're walking out, I see a hand cart there. So we take her hand cart and we're pulling this stump out of the woods. And I don't know how much it weighed. It was heavy. So she's pushing as best she can. I'm pulling it. The tire goes flat. So by the time we get to the truck, the steel rim is rolling on the ground. The tire is falling off of this hand truck, and we pull this stump out.
And now the stump is in there.
And now the stump is in there, and this is Joe's stump.
All right.
82nd Airborne. And funny part about it is that Joe grew up right here in Copeland Park, which is 2 minutes from here. He grew up hunting, fishing, doing all kinds of stuff on this land before Bass Pro was built.
Wow.
Before the interstate was through here. And so it's kind of like Joe was meant to be here all along. And
Hey,
so
there you go. All right, Mr. Micah Miller, and we are at a rebuild?
Well, technically, it's in a different spot. But when we came to this yard, there was a 3x3 tub in the backyard, and they had like 6 18-inch fish in this 3x3 tub, and they wanted a new home for them. This was their retirement present. She was just about to retire. Tony, her husband, really wanted a new space for the fish, and they were just thinking something small. Well, as you know, when you get the tape measure out and you get the spray paint out, things change. And so we ended up with a 10x14 with an 8-foot stream and completely changed this backyard.
All right, let's check it out. Beautiful house. Love the American flag. I love the gardens, and it's so fun for me to see how people are living the aquascape lifestyle all over the world. I like that bird.
These are about to pop.
Pansies, what are they?
This is peony.
Peonies, that's what they are. You're the pansy.
We're actually around back already.
You walk around back?
Yeah, let me grab my
Golf now?
You good?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm the pond guy, Greg.
How you doing, Greg? I'm Tony.
Hi, Tony. Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Did you play for the Golden State Warriors?
No, I'm just a fan.
So you had an existing pond with some big fish, I heard, and wanted to make it bigger for them.
Yes, we did. We had a smaller, not really big, a smaller pond, but still back there. But yeah, and we wanted a bigger one, so
Here we are.
it was a dream.
How long ago did you hire Easton to do this?
A little over a year,
Okay, so it's been in the ground for a little over a year. How long did you have the other one, the preformed tub?
about 7 to 8 years.
Okay, so that's a big change.
Yeah, big change, big change.
Okay, so you got it all netted up for the herons?
Yeah.
You're right on the waterway, I see.
Yeah, we have herring, we have raccoons, and we have hawks.
Anything that wants to fish.
They don't want to fish.
All right, so wow. You're a gardener, Tony.
That's my wife.
Oh, okay. Oh, you reused it, huh?
Yeah.
So this is how this hobby started right here, huh?
Isn't that crazy?
My wife painted that last year. We repainted it.
Very cute. Look at this is how this hobby starts. I mean, it started with me with a concrete pond that I built that leaked, turned green, and bred mosquitoes, which is why I don't like concrete ponds. But that's how it started, and it goes from that to this. Quite a difference. Look at the size of those fish down there. Woohoo! Look at this garden. Look at this. So we got a biofalls up top, up here, ecosystem pond, skimmer on the other side.
You can see how the hostas are planted right inside of the stream. And so those actually help with that filtration, just eating up those excess nutrients right there on the side of the pond. So you can see right here, we have the biofalls, and you can see all the plants in the plant tray right there. And then we have our rocks and our waterfall coming down. So these hostas that you see right here on the side, those are actually planted right in the gravel. You can see them kind of growing right there. They love to have wet feet. And then this water feature kind of comes in here, and you can see all the plants. Now, as you saw on that pond over there, that's where all the fish were in that one pond. And so we had to build them a bigger habitat, and sure enough, they got a bigger habitat. So we've got our skimmer over here. All of our plumbing wraps around. We got this bowl spilling over into there. And then when you see the big fish down here, and these guys are absolutely loving it. Like, get me on that microphone. One of the cool things about this particular water feature is when we came back here, this was just a blank spot. The lawn was kind of filling in some of that spot. It was just a blank spot back in here. And she collects rocks, quite a bit of rocks. So you can see all these rocks over in here. Some of these rocks, you can see all these, they were already here. And so her mom always used to jokingly call this backyard Diggs Mountain, because we're on Diggs Street in Hampton. And she called it Diggs Mountain because she collected rocks like this. Well, we found out when we started here, it was the anniversary of her mom's passing. And we found out about that story about Diggs Mountain. And what did we have to do? We had to get her a plaque, and we had to name this area Diggs Mountain. So you can see here, right here, Diggs Mountain. Just to make this just special. This is home. This is paradise, you know, steps from the back door. This is just what, you know, these ponds are about, is about living that aquascape lifestyle and really just giving her a place to enjoy, find peace and rest. You see, we added this stone bench right there, seat right here. And so this is retirement in its fullest form, just a place that they can come, that they can live the aquascape lifestyle and enjoy it.
So Tony, do the fish love the koi crunchies? I love how you keep this on this like this so the raccoons don't get it. Do they love the koi crunchies?
Yeah, they do. They love them. And we feed them mealworms. They love mealworms.
Oh yeah, they do. That's another way to do it. Well, you got some beautiful fish and a beautiful water feature, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks to Micah and Easton.
Amen.
Cindy posted on Facebook the other day. She said, man, if only I could find a man that looks at me like Tony looks at his fish. And then one of her friends posted, Cindy, get in the pond.
That's someone that loves his fish. I love people's passions for this hobby. They love their fish, so they invested into an Aquascape Ecosystem Pond. There's no way fish that big would be easy to keep in something like that, and you know what? They protect their babies. They are right on the water. They're gonna have herons and stuff like that, so that's why they have the fence up, but they still come out here and every day feed those fish, name those fish, love those fish, and that's what's part of the hobby. And to me, to be able to showcase ponds done right, customer served right, see people that started just like I did as a hobbyist and now are living the aquascape lifestyle, that's what this channel is all about. If you're interested in living the aquascape lifestyle, check out the link below to find a certified aquascape contractor by you. I love my job.